So let me record that. So set up first, go to the top a moment, and oh wait, here, let me move that. Yeah, it's okay. This here. Okay. So go straight back to the top in a second, and then remember, we're going to bring the right elbow to the left hip. Bring the elbow to the hip. Right elbow to the left hip. Yeah, there you go. That's the deal. There's the movement. That's what we're missing. Okay, so watch this. Okay, this is the best one so far. Okay, so that was a key for you. So again, my thought to you here, I'm recording this. This elbow needs to try to get to that hip, right?
Without that hip.
Without the hip running away.
Exactly.
Your hip runs away that way.
Right.
It needs to stay there and wait for the elbow, because as the elbow tries to get to the hip, what's going to happen is that the hip will naturally clear. Because as you're trying to bring the elbow to the hip, what does your hip do? It turns. You see on the left here? Look at your two cheeks, right? You got the two cheek look, right? And then of course the supinate. So elbow, right elbow to the left hip, supinate, is a good one for you, okay? Because look, you can see, where's your elbow? Your elbow's here. Where's your hip? Right there. So that's perfect. They line up. You got your elbow to your hip. Where normally, watch this. If we go back a second here, let me show you the compare mode real fast on this one, because this is pretty significant for you. Okay, let me go like this. Bring up one of your warm-up shots here on the right. And let me go, call this one the before. And basically on the right, where your hip is normally and your elbow is really a big part of this, I think. So you're going to see here, Mateo, on this one, your hip is here and your elbow's there at this point, right? We're now on the other side here, hang on a second. When you're coming down, look, your elbow, when the club is at the same spot, your elbow is now here and your hip is there, right? So see how far away they were?
Yes.
And now see the distance from here to here, from your elbow to your hip, versus this one. See how far away? Right? And so then, look, coming in, when you keep trying to bring that elbow to the hip, look, now the club's going to have the shaft lean it's supposed to have, and then the club will come through like this and you supinate. Where on the other side, right, as you come through normally, your elbow is stuck back here. Look, it never gets to the hip. Look, your hip's out there. They never get to each other. So then what happens?
Wow.
Then your arm jams up,
So that's why my arms are
bending.
bending at the back.
Because the sequencing's all screwed up from the hip going too far ahead of the elbow. Which I don't blame you, because golf world, what do? We watch golf TV and then you hear them say, and watch how Ricky Fowler's left hip does this and his foot does that. And they're describing what they see, they think's going on. They're not talking to the player that knows what's going on about what their swing is doing or what they're focused on, you know? And so, yeah, so many players have this problem in today's era because of, you know, how golf TV is announced. Because we also know that when I tell you bring your elbow to your hip, I know your hip's going to turn. But the focus wasn't turning your hip. The focus was something else, and that's what made your hip clear. Yeah.